Well, this morning, just delving into a lot of different things. Oh, mercy. So I wanted to delve into UFOs. Okay, UFOs. So what I got was we have looking for opportunity. Okay, now here we have a lot of things that can be harvested here. Okay, but this king is not very happy. Okay, let's face it, he's really, the eyes are hid by the darkness. He's really feeling almost defeated in this one. Almost a feeling of defeat. Just, these things are at his feet, but he's looking off in the distance. He's got the thing of, he's got power there, okay? But he's out in the field and the tree behind him is barren. And, just kind of looking to see what's going to take place, okay? So, underneath of it, this challenges some new things coming forward, new emotional things happening that are being offered, okay? So we have things that are being offered up, and watching to see what we are going to do with it. Conscious thoughts are, we have the cup, emotional things being offered. We have the flower in there, but it's kind of a blood red flower, and I don't know if you can see, you can't see too well on the screen, but above it we have like little specks of like blood coming off of it. So we have those that, and we have both types of UFOs. We have those beings that are beneficial and those that are not so beneficial. So this is kind of a combination of both that we have going on with this reading, this feeling of, that they're watching the planet, okay? Some of them, they're not too thrilled with what's going on, kind of looking at like, so there are those that are this emotional thing that are wanting to aid, okay, and there are those that are doing other experimental things. We've got the little blood things, implanting devices and doing other things that they are looking at. Now, how they see themselves, what's underneath of it. Now, this one is really interesting. We've got a page of blades. So information, mental things, information, new information. Now, what's interesting, if you look at this card, this is the one card, they don't have a face, okay? They don't have a face. Every other card, they have a face. This one does not have a face. So this is coming from something that is not of our human existence in this time and space, okay? Information that's coming from something that we would not recognize from this planet, okay? So information that's coming out. And I thought that was really interesting. When you look at this card, again, no face, okay? And he's looking up to the heavens. He's looking upwards at what this is. Now, like I said, with this, you get a feeling of the beneficial ones, and you get a feeling of those that are more out for their own devices, what, they need to get when it comes to perhaps aiding their own stuff, with needing some of the DNA here, okay, that type of thing. maybe needing to understand emotions that they don't have. It could reference a number of things. Subconscious, okay, subconscious. Really, some people want to block it. They're fearful. They are, not wanting to see what's there. And above it, we have, there are those that are fearful, and just want it to end. Okay, the mental thing. It's just, they feel like I said, there are those that are fearful of it and feel like they're kind of being stabbed in the back. Are we being used for experiments? What's going on? So there are those that are not open, okay? Not open. And then underneath of that, we have energy surrounding it is from the stars, okay? From the stars. Now, underneath the foundation of that is really interesting. Again, we have the Three of Coins. Now, in this Three of Coins, we have those, let me put this up here. Okay, and I like this too. We have from the stars, they're overlooking what's happening here. Okay. Bringing, now some of this can be life-giving waters is what I feel with that. Giving life-giving waters, giving nourishment, giving understanding, if you're willing to accept it. Because what we have as a foundation working, there are those that are working in this realm, okay? Because this is the earthly realm. Now, when you look at these three, this is a combination. We see one here working in that area, and we have underneath of that the pentacle going down. So these are the ones that are working for their own devices, okay, for what they can get. Now we have the other two over here, and we have him holding a scroll, like a scroll. And we have the two pentacles that are going up, So that's telling me there are more working for our benefit than are those working for their own benefit. There are those that are trying to bring enlightened knowledge, trying to bring more wisdom or knowledge for us, okay? So I thought that, again, was very interesting to see. There are those that are blind, that don't want to see anything. Then there are those that are coming to bring knowledge, and there are some that are open to receiving that knowledge that can be for our benefit. In the past, this is the start of putting out new energy, okay? You can see he's there. This is usually kind of like the energetic happenings, putting out energetic happenings that are going to flower. This beginning of it. Hopes and fears, okay, is, we've got the fears of those that are bound by their mental ideations, okay? And the hope is to take these mental ideations and to move beyond it, to show what restrictions are there, okay? What we're tied up with, okay? Getting more light, more wisdom to move beyond it. So what we have for the short term is those that are looking for answers. You got this poor little dog out here. He's out in the plains, looks a bit worried, looking for answers, wanting to have the light. And the last card we have is that of carrying this, carrying the burden of knowledge, the burden of understanding this flowering. Now, usually when you see this, the wands, it's a struggle. It's something that you're carrying, and they're not carrying it efficiently. It's in the front, it's not flowering. This one, you can see he's on the back. He's kind of, it's a little difficult, but if you look around his legs, you'll see he's kind of going through a swamp. Okay, always trudging along through the swamp, you know, but he's carrying these things, and it's more efficient being carried than it is in the front with these dead things that you can barely. This, he does have it up, he's got it on his back, he is moving forward, and it is flowering. Okay, so this energy, and above it we have knowledge, we have light, you know, these things are available, and he is moving forward with it. He is moving forward. Okay, it's still difficult to carry. Okay, not easy, you know, but he is powering through, getting through the swamp, you know, taking what he's got and moving it onward. So anyway, this was really kind of an interesting reading. The feeling of it, you get those of the light that are bringing light and knowledge and wanting to see us progress. And then we have, and there, you know, we see up there, you know, they have this knowledge and stuff, but there are those that are kind of worried for the planet Earth. They're concerned, you know, there are concerns. And then we have those that are just, you know, really kind of in this, up there, that grand funk, you know, and just like, what to do, what to do with these people. Okay, but again, you know, some of them, like I said, were so interesting, like this one, and I've never really looked at these cards that close before, but this one with bringing this light, knowledge, sharing these things, that this person has no face. Okay, they have no face. They're looking upward. So this information is coming from another place, another type of being. But the good news is, you know, while we have those that don't want to see, that don't want to know, that are closed off, fearful, restricted mind, we do have the other ones that are open to receive and want to know, and are carrying, maybe kind of carrying the burden of knowledge, of light, of trying to move humanity forward. Again, we have here, coming from the higher up, this is also our aspirations, those of us that want to see the planet moving forward. We have the higher aspirations, and they are more in alignment with those that are willing to give those things of nourishment. Okay, I just popped in the living waters, wanting to give the living waters. Okay, and the good news is we have more that are beneficial, working for our benefit, than we do that are self-serving. Okay, again, I thought this one was really interesting. You don't see this in any other deck, where we have one that's working on the physical things with that, and then we have the other ones that are on the higher ups, that are geared towards benefit, that have this thing of holding with the scroll with information there that they're ready to give out. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know why I'm being pulled to read on these subjects today, but it's time for these things, I guess, to come up and to explore them, to look more in depth at it. You know, things all work together. You know, you don't know why you pull a certain deck, but you're drawn toward a certain deck for certain readings. Okay, this just felt like the right deck. And if I tried to read this with one of the other decks, I wouldn't have gotten the same information that I got from here. Okay. underneath of it, we have those that are facing loss, okay? Facing loss. But we still have in reserve, we still have things in reserve if people come out and look. We have, the karma, the wheel of karma, the wheel of destiny, the wheel of, and it's interesting with this wheel, you see that she's blindfolded. She doesn't see what's coming. Everything is being, like she's making the weaving, she's putting that thread together, all of these threads work together, but she's not seeing what's coming. Okay, she's not seeing what's coming, but it is coming. Then we have that thing of strength. We're here to develop strength. We're here to challenge things. Putting your hand in the mouth of the lion, or the lion, is it a lion or tiger? Looks like it's a lion. Putting your hand in there and having that faith of eternality, which is above the head. We have the sign for eternality, okay? And being willing to challenge these things, having faith in the eternality, and knowing that justice is there. And justice cannot be manipulated. It's why they say justice is blind. Okay, going toward the higher truth, the truth of things, and not letting these external things be able to sway it. Okay, so that's what we get that's underneath of all of this. Okay, and this one is interesting too. We have him in the defense. But usually you have the defense card and it's somebody that's backed up against the thing. Well, he's not backed, he's at the edge and these things are behind him. He's not concerned with what's behind him. He's looking at what's coming up from there, okay? He's looking at what is coming up. So he is in a better position of seeing what's emerging that is going to be the next thing that he's going to have to work at, okay? Rather than worried what's already there. He knows what's there. He wants to see what's coming up, okay? So, yeah, just very, very, very interesting. And the last one is, usually you have them in the boat riding the waves. This one, is out looking across the waves. Okay, looking across the waves to see what's there. Again, wanting to move into a better mental framework. Okay, smoother waters. But in this case, she's just watching the waves, watching what's there, looking at it more deeply. Okay, so again, another very different take on it. She is not in the motion of it, she is more in the observation thing, more in observation of looking at the waves and seeing what is there. And so that in that point, rather than being in the midst of it, she is a little bit more, has objectivity to look at things, the waves that's there, and then to contemplate and to go beyond that. So again, very different deck. I think it's called the Darkness of Light or the Light, something like that. It's got a strange name for this deck. But I think for this reading, it was absolutely perfect. UFOs. And, what's there with it? We have those of the light, those that are wanting to aid humanity, and then we have those that are of the me first, my thing. That again, that division that's happening now of those that are for humanity and those that are for themselves. The law of one. Is the law of one that we see that we are all the same, that we are all have that same divine spark of is? Or are they out for, I am paramount, I am, and I'm out for me alone, and the rest of it, forget it. Okay, good luck with that. That in the end does not work. So anyway, I am going to leave this here. And if you've enjoyed this reading, give a thumbs up. I do so appreciate it. I did have somebody asking me about a Zoroastrian, and I have to look into that because I'm not that familiar with it enough now to be able to speak on it, but I will look into that. So thanks for tuning in, love and light, and I'll see you online.